If you have celiac disease and you take anything from this video, I hope that it is you are not a bad celiac. If you're new here, hi, my name is Taylor. I am a specialized registered dietitian, celiac specialized registered dietitian, and fellow celiac of 10 plus years. And today I really want you to know you are not a bad celiac. And this is something that can be hard to hear. Maybe this is something that you don't even know why you would need to hear it, but let me explain. Having been in the gluten-free community, having had celiac for 10 plus years, it feels like there's almost this like underlying unspoken hierarchy of who's the better celiac when it comes to avoiding gluten. And oftentimes I feel like this is measured in, are you only buying gluten-free foods? Are you only buying gluten-free certifications? Have you been glutened in the past year, 2 years? Or have you been able to avoid gluten for the entire time that you've had celiac disease? Like there's like almost this like way of pedestaling certain people and how they've been able to manage their celiac or how they manage their celiac. So I want to make something really, really clear. I don't care how you're managing your celiac. I don't care if you're accidentally getting glutened all the time. I don't care if you've never been glutened. I don't care if you only buy certified gluten-free food or if you're comfortable with and open to buying non-marked gluten-free food. Like I don't care. Regardless, you are not a bad celiac and there's no moral value here. And that's what I really want to talk about. There's no extra credit you get from only buying certified gluten-free food. There's no extra credit you get for having never been glutened for your entire celiac life. Like there's no award ceremony here. There's not, like, it does not exist. And quite frankly, it is an inhuman and unrealistic expectation of people with celiac disease to think that you should never get glutened once you're diagnosed, to think that you would only buy certified gluten-free foods or gluten-free marked foods. For most people, they are human. They are bound to make mistakes. Getting exposed to gluten is bound to happen. And we also live in a gluten-centered global food system. We also live in a gluten-centered culture. It's just bound to happen, and all we can expect and all we can do is our best. All we can do is equip ourselves with the skills and the knowledge we need to stay safe. And after that, like, there is no, like, it's non-existent. There is no extra credit here. You are not a bad celiac if you made a mistake, if you accidentally got glutened, if you forgot to check the food label and took a bite and then realized, oh my gosh, there's gluten. Like, it happens. We are human. It is normal. Even I, as a celiac specialized dietitian who does this for a living, who educates people for a living, who checks food labels for other people for a living, who also lives with celiac disease every day and who has been doing that for over 10 years, I've been glutened several times. I make mistakes all the time. I am human. You are human. You are not a bad celiac. No one is doing it better than you because you have your own unique circumstances that no one else has to deal with. You have a different set of support systems. You have a different set of people surrounding you and supporting you. You have a different set of knowledge and skill level. You have a different kind of job. Like, there's so many variables at play. You literally cannot compare yourself to any other celiac. It's literally not a thing that can be done. It's comparing, is the saying apples to oranges? That's what I think it is. I think it's apples to oranges, which takes me to, if you have learned something today that you didn't know about and haven't been applying in the past couple of weeks, past couple of years, I don't care. Like, if you learned something today that you can now apply to your future, that is okay. It is okay, because now you know, and now you can apply it to the future. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you terrible. It doesn't make you anything. It just means you've learned something new that can help keep you safer in the future. And that is it. It's completely neutral. I know like there's likely some emotional value there and some like frustration because why didn't you know sooner? Why didn't somebody tell you sooner? Why were you only told to just go gluten-free at diagnosis? Or why were you only given an hour with a dietitian as if that would be enough for you to completely rearrange and restructure your life to be gluten-free? Like, I know there's some frustration there, and also like, it's completely neutral. You now know better, and that's what matters. By the way, if you can relate to that and you haven't been able to find support and help with knowing what's gluten-free and you feel like you're getting hit with curveball after curveball of gluten and cross-contact things that you didn't know about, I teach you everything you need to know to help you build a solid foundation in avoiding gluten in products in the United States, food, alcohol, supplements, medications, etc. And also cross contact, no matter if you're in your home, a friend's home, an Airbnb, at a restaurant, what have you. I teach you all the skills and simply explained research that you need to know to do those things quickly and routinely in the United States. If you need that support and you need that help and you haven't gotten it, it is available. I'll leave a link down below to my celiac safety course, which teaches you all of that. But that said, it's a completely neutral thing. It's a completely neutral thing. I do also want to talk about the element of certain social networks kind of fueling the fire of this, fueling the shame and the guilt someone might feel around their celiac management, especially if they've learned something new or they didn't know something. There's like this culture I noticed it on specific platforms of like, I'm better than thou and how dare you and you're ruining it for the whole whatever. Like, I want to say like this is prevalent, this is common, and people in the gluten-free community can just be downright mean. Like, they just can be downright mean and cruel and judgmental, and then they expect outside communities to not be mean to us. Like, make that make sense? We can't expect other people not to be mean and to be inclusive of us if we're not being kind and inclusive of each other, but I digress. The gluten-free community can be mean, it can be judgmental, so it can be really easy to be hard on yourself. And just from one celiac who's been doing this for 10 years to another, you're not a bad celiac. It's okay. It sucks. It sucks that you didn't know sooner. It sucks that like this happened, or that, you know, you're really struggling with staying gluten-free, or whatever it is that you're struggling with. You're really struggling with having the like fortitude to avoid gluten, whatever you're struggling with. It sucks. And you're not a bad celiac. I don't care what the situation is. You're not a bad celiac. No one's doing it better than you because no one is in your exact circumstances. You're doing your best, and that's all that you can ask of yourself. And if you need more support, please, 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 let this be the nudge. Let this be the encouragement to go get it. But other than that, I see you. And I hope you stick around if you need a little bit of a refreshing approach to celiac management. If you need some more supportive, kind support, I hope that I can be that for you. And if you want that, you can hit that subscribe button. I publish here on my YouTube channel. I also am on Instagram. I've got an email list. All of that will be linked down below in the description box. And comment down below if you needed to hear this. Comment down below something kind that someone else might need to hear when it comes to managing celiac disease. I do ask that you limit your advice because I do find 99% of the comments that I get that are advice driven are not fully correct, and I don't have the time to correct all of this. Don't give advice, just give support. And all of that said, my name is Taylor, and I will see you in the next one.